It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Noel, and today I'm sitting here talking with former housewife of Real Housewives of Orange County, Peggy Sulahian.
Hi.
Hi, Peggy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. You look fantastic.
Thank you. I got all dressed up for you.
Wow. Thank you. So I really appreciate you joining me today. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. We haven't seen you since Real Housewives of Orange County. How's it been since you stopped filming?
It's been great. It's been relaxing. And now that we're in quarantine, we're relaxing even more. It's been calm. Yeah, it's been really calm. Really, it was a hectic time. And when things started to calm down, I realized like, wow, this is what life was all about.
We asked the fans what questions they had for you personally. And a lot of the feedback that we got was people wanted to know kind of what was your experience filming with the Real Housewives of Orange County?
It was very entertaining. It was very rigorous. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of no time with family. It was fun on the other end. It was really hectic, in and out, changing outfits, cars waiting for you outside, changing cars, changing outfits, filming twice a day. Really, I didn't get to have my family time. I really missed them.
How many months did you film for when you were filming your first season?
Okay, you guys only see 45 minutes of it, but we're literally filming for 9 months.
Wow.
We start in January, we end in April. We go to our trip in April, our big trip where all the women are all of a sudden lions and cats and dogs. And then we start confessional after that, and we go until reunion time, which is in October. Yeah, so we're really, working really hard. So it's probably like 9 months out of the year. And then we just take a break in December. And then January, they start filming again. I never had a job before in my life, so I didn't know what it meant to have a
What
job.
a great way to start though, right? Bravo. 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 That's the best way to start.
Bravo.
And you haven't been filming, even though it was so much. It was 9 months of filming and it kind of took you away from your family a little bit. Do you miss filming at all?
It was hard, but it got me out of bed with what I was going through. Got me out of depression. I was in tubes, blood everywhere, had a nurse. It was really hard. And then I started filming and it got me out of that state of mind. So it kept me busy as far as getting dressed every day, going out, keeping me busy, meeting the crazy woman.
It's Real Housewives, so you get many crazy women, right?
No, divorced housewives. It's not Real Housewives.
Oh no, Divorce Housewives.
Tell me one girl that's still in there.
We have to get a spinoff for Divorce Housewives of Orange County.
No, it's not divorce. It's divorcee.
Okay, fair enough.
I just get to the point.
After watching your season, it kind of seemed like a lot of the women misunderstood you a little bit with your idioms and anything that you came in with. If you didn't understand something, sometimes it was so apparent that it was cultural or just like a miscommunication. But a lot of the women used it as almost like ammo to start up what it seemed to us as fans like a storyline. It gave them ammunition to kind of like fire back at you. I'm curious, now that some of the women who were kind of on their high horses at the time, who were the OGs of Orange County, as you can see, this season that we have coming up, we're missing a few of our OGs. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing is that I knew that Vicki was kind of over it when I was on the season. I was at in her dressing room while I was getting makeup and hair done, and she was really having an anxiety, and she was like, I'm over this. So I kind of felt like next season 13 she couldn't really take it or handle it because you just have enough of it. It's like the same thing over and over again. So I thought this is it for her. So it did happen last season when she wasn't on it, and I feel like Steve kind of had something that kind of helped her out because I think her relationship with Steve was much more important than being on the show, where she was the OG, OC. And with Tamra, I kind of had an intuition that she wasn't going to be on it. For some reason, my intuitions are always like really strong. Don't call me psychic, but I'm really strong. Everybody comes to me like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? But I felt like she was not going to be in there anymore for some reason. And considering that she probably thought she would be, I knew it wouldn't last for some reason. I don't know. I just had that intuition.
Well, and it was actually interesting to kind of watch how the fans reacted, because when they did film the reunion of last season of the Housewives, Vicki did kind of have a little bit of a meltdown on the episode. I'm sure you watched it, and they didn't bring her out, at first. And she's very much used to kind of having that carpet rolled out for her. As she says, she started the franchise entirely, as opposed to, it's not just Orange County. Vicki claims to have kind of been a part of it with Andy to start the whole franchise. There was a little bit of entitlement there, and you could kind of see she was not, with them not putting her straight away on the couch, and Steve kind of being there to support her. He's like, come on, if they're not going to support you, or if they're not going to give you the credit due, let's go. It almost seems like he's over it already, and it's almost initiating her to kind of like step away from the crazy to have a little bit more of a calm life with him.
You analyzed it very right. He is very supportive. He's very calm. He's collected, and he knows exactly what's going on. And I don't think he really did want her to do it when I was on it. It wasn't in his favor, and it wasn't something that he was in awe of. So, but she just kept going, and we had a conversation after I wasn't on the show, and it was a very intimate conversation, and I appreciate that. That's between her and I, and that kind of woke me up big time. She told me a lot of things about what was going on, so that kind of woke me up about the show and the girls. The girls.
It seems like it has to be kind of competitive in a sense, because everyone's fighting for a diamond or an orange or a peach or whatever it is for, that franchise of the Housewives. But really,
I'll always fight for a diamond.
It has to get competitive for a little bit of notoriety and a paycheck. That's what comes at the end of this. Storylines kind of have to, it seems like sometimes they grab out of thin air for certain things to make a storyline when, it's like you're reaching and it's not necessarily there. So sometimes it seems like we keep Housewives on that shouldn't necessarily be there when we're cutting other ones that, have these organic storylines. I'm curious what you think about that.
Yeah, I went through a lot, and my story is very relatable. And with my situation, you guys didn't get to see me. You guys didn't really get to see the real Peggy. Like I've said it before, I had a double mastectomy. I had cancer. It wasn't a lump that they found. It was an aggressive cancer. And my dad died December 5. They rushed me into surgery January 20. Who in the right state of mind would go into a surgery like that? But they wanted to rush me in to get my surgery. And I was on meds. I was on painkillers, tubes hanging out with blood, had a nurse coming here. These are things that are very relatable to anyone that has cancer. And you guys didn't get to hear all this because everybody just wanted camera time. And this is a real story. And I think if I was on it a year later, you guys really would have seen me break down, because at that time I was so fragile and I was not myself. I can't say I was myself. I cannot say I was myself. You guys didn't really get to see me. I do always have the last word. I am strong. I'm very opinionated. I say it as it is. And it's like, don't mess with me. I'm not the right one to mess with, because I'm not going to deal with anything. So you guys did not see anything like this. So if I was on a season after, then I would have put everybody in their place and showed them who their mom was to shut up.
It sounds like somebody needs to hand you an orange.
Well, I did have the orange. I handed it back.
Yeah. You just said 9 months of filming. Like, you're going through, medical issues, and you have family involved. And, unfortunately, I'm so sorry to hear about passing of your father. And that that has to weigh in on you. And then you have
paid attention to that. December 5, he passes away. January 20, I go to surgery. I'm in bed for 6 weeks. I start filming. I see freaking not even filet mignon. I see steaks flying high. Who does that at a restaurant? It's so freaking embarrassing. My body is in shock. My nerves are shocked. And I'm like meeting these girls for the first time. I'm like, what class is this? I mean, if you want to talk, let's talk it out. I'll put you in your place. If you're saying something to me that you want me to get against somebody else, let's talk about it. But all they did was just go on and on and on and on about something like that was pity. Tell me about your story. Tell me about your life so we can get somewhere, and then it'll be relatable to somebody else. But none of this was exposed because, you know what? Some people need the money and they want to, put the drama out there, the bullshit drama.
It seemed like it was very easy for the wives to kind of, if there was something that you didn't understand, whether it was, the peanut gallery or beaten by a dead horse or whatever the case is, if it was something that you didn't necessarily kind of get right off the bat, it was so easy for everyone to kind of jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, well, you don't get it. So let's, like, targets are on Peggy. And okay. It's very apparent.
You know what? I'm Armenian. Yes, I've been here I'm 46, 45 years. Okay. I went to an Armenian school all my life. All my friends were Armenians. Went to university. All my friends were Armenians because we're very close knit. So we keep, we're very tight. I never really had American friends since I was young for me to, to be in this facade of understanding all these idioms. So when you turn to me and you say peanut gallery, I should have turned to her and said, didn't you try to get into UCLA 3 times in a row and you couldn't get in? And now you're sitting here talking to me about peanut gallery. That's not what we learned about at UCLA. So maybe what you're talking about is something that's not important. I mean, that's the real Peggy, putting people in their place.
No,
when you're telling me, I don't know what peanut gallery is, I don't want to know what peanut gallery is. And after that, I asked people, do you, like attorneys that are my friends, I said, do you know what peanut gallery is? They're like, no, I had to look it up. So obviously educated people are not. So, street people are. So I've always been book smart, nothing, I've never been out there in the hood. No, it doesn't bother me because I am who I am and I know who I am. So I'm not embarrassed of it at all. I own it. I don't care to know what peanut gallery is. For you to know what peanut gallery is and for you to dismiss it on me, go ahead. I'll dismiss it back. I don't care. I don't care to know, and I'm not going to use it against anybody because that's not in my vocabulary.
Have you talked to any of the women?
I talked to Lydia. I'm very good friends with her. I'm very close. And Vicki, we text back and forth. I text her after, she wasn't on the show anymore. I text back and forth. And that's about it. The other women are so full of themselves. So I don't need that. And I see them lingering around Newport.
You didn't really hit it off with Kelly Dodd and...
You know what I did? I did. In Iceland, we were walking down the hallway and I put my arms around her and I said, Kelly, I'm really having a good time with you. I mean, she's a fun girl to be with. She's fun. And when she didn't reciprocate, at that time I had a feeling something's coming up. It didn't feel right. So that's when, everything went spiral and she just tried to go against me and called me ISIS. You guys didn't see that. And I have it in recording.
You love your recordings. You have recordings.
Don't mess with me because they didn't even know and I was recording them. I'm not stupid and you don't want to mess with me. And if I'm not going to back it up, I won't say it because I don't just put things on the table. I speak facts. So if you have an issue with me, I got facts. So let's go.
We don't necessarily always know what's true and what's not true. So
exactly. So if I don't know, if I'm not stating facts, I'm not going to, prove it. So obviously I have facts to back it up because maybe they might forget, so I want to remind them.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not drinking. You guys are drinking. Here's a voice memo. Let me remind you. I was curious, like if once your son was gone and you had your daughters gone, what it was going to be like to just have your, that whole place with just you and Deco.
Or I'll get a divorce because husband and wife.
This will be the second time, right? We went for the first one, 1990s.
I never got a divorce. I don't know what people are talking about. Let's talk about that.
It was just a split?
Let's talk about it. I have nothing to hide. Give it to me. No.
You know, it was one of the two most controversial topics for you, just to kind of throw it out there. You had the two, you know, you had the, where you came onto Bravo Housewives and you proclaimed this amazing marriage that you had with Dico. And then there was also, you know, unfortunately after the passing of your father, they had the conversation about your brother not being invited, you know, to that funeral. So you did have...
Hold on. Wait. Let's lay it out on the table. He was there at the funeral.
He was at the funeral.
He was not 100, 1,000% at the funeral.
Okay.
And we walked out.
Okay.
We walked out hand in hand. My dad's coffin was in the front. I had his two girlfriends. One pushed we walked out. My sister-in-law was on the right hand of my brother. I was on the left side. He was in center. And my sister-in-law asked him, do you want to hold the coffin? He said no. We three of us walked out behind the coffin. One of his girlfriends came and pushed my sister-in-law, held his arm. The other girlfriend came, pushed me to the floor behind my dad's coffin, grabbed his hand. We walked to the cemetery. We walked to the gravesite. He sat next to me. How is he not? And I have pictures and I have videos to prove it. And I should have exposed that. How is it that he wasn't at the funeral? Why is it that people think that he wasn't at the funeral?
You did say on Watch What Happens Live that, you know, sometimes people want their 5 minutes.
Definitely. Don't you notice when there's a picture of me, it's a slant and it's his picture? Because he wants to be associated. Because since his childhood, he's always been like that. Since his childhood, he's always thought he's a celebrity. He's wanted to be a celebrity. He's always been like that. And it's not because he's gay. It's not. I have gay friends everywhere, all the time, since I was in high school, first of all, okay? And I love gays. They've been around me. The reason I don't talk to him, 24 years ago, he stole money from me. He stole my social security number. He made fake checks. He signed my name, and he ruined my credit for 7 years. That's why I don't talk to him. Nobody knows. And then I have a family. I have my mom and dad's reputation to keep. That's why I don't say anything. I haven't said anything. That's why I said it's a family affair. Everybody is misconstrued. Nobody knows the story. I'm laying it out. You're the first one to know about it.
You know, when we watch you on Real Housewives of Orange County, you have a lot of people who love you. So when you hear these stories about you not getting along with your brother and then somebody painting this false narrative of it's because he's gay or this or that, you know, obviously that's going to be hurtful to a lot of people. So it's kind of nice to hear you, you know, clarify that and clear that up a little.
That has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. I always knew he was gay. I lived with him. How am I?
Yeah.
How does that work? How does that work? Tell me how it works. How is it that you think I'm homophobe? I was always with him. I've always had gay friends since high school, college. I love it. I love it. I mean, I've been around it so all my life. I can't until now. I mean, I'm 46 until now. I can't say that I am. They just made fake accusations because they wanted to get attention. They wanted to bring me down. And it's not only him, it's 20 of their clans, 20 of their clan friends.
Oh, they come in groups.
Leader of the pact, he is, and everybody else.
Right.
And everybody from his high school friends.
And
They're disgusting.
I can totally understand where things get misconstrued.
No, and I apologize that you guys, you know, have that notion.
No, listen.
And I apologize for that.
I'm gay. My fiance is gay. Sometimes if I get frustrated with him, just because I lash out doesn't make me a homophobe. You know, I'm still gay.
No,
So
that
it was
no. I apologize 100%, 1,000% that you guys have that, that you guys think that, but it is not true. He was there at the funeral. I have pictures, I have a video, and I never kicked him out. Who am I? I mean, the reason why I didn't talk to him was starting from 24 years ago. I got a letter from a collection agency. I was pregnant. I remember when I was 8 months pregnant with Giovanna. I got a letter and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you're in debt. You need to pay this much money. And we're talking a lot of money. We're not talking about, and my dad came and saved my ass, by the way. He went and he talked to my husband saying, please don't do anything. Don't put him in jail. Let's lay it out. I have nothing. I'm laying it all out right now. So he said, don't put him in jail, please. And my husband didn't do anything out of respect for my father. But he stole a lot of money, made the fake checks, stole my social security. And this was with his first husband. This is with his first husband that he divorced. And I was still talking to him while I wasn't married. So how am I a homophobe? What are you talking about?
I'm glad that you're using this as the opportunity to kind of,
and I have nothing to hide. They did. They sold stories, and I have nothing to hide. I had a nose job. Before I got married, I gave him the album. I gave him all my albums. All of a sudden, who's putting it all out there? The guy who has the albums, right? So he sells it. You guys don't know anything. You're the first person to hear about this. And then
who do you go about selling these things to? Does he go straight to TMZ? Like, where do you start?
The first place was it Radar Online?
Radar Online.
Was it Radar Online?
It's always Radar Online.
And then nobody would pick up anything here, so they sold it to UK. Can you imagine how desperate you are for fame? And then on top of it, stealing money from me, he had an illegal agency. They shut it down. They shut down his legal agency that he was telling, somebody, let your daughter come, we'll make her a model or a celebrity or whatever. They were taking the money for photography or anything, and they wouldn't give them the service. So they're basically taking money away from people. So, and then they did one in New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken, it was in New Zealand, don't quote me on that. So they have it in them. And it started off way with his first husband. And he was obsessed with his first husband. Obsessed with his first husband. And I think he broke up with him. I'm not sure what happened. I got married. And he even tried to commit suicide, I think. And I think he's on probation, if I'm not mistaken.
So you never pursued any criminal charges or anything like that with your brother?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. And he chooses to do this because I didn't wear his dresses. Probably. I don't know.
I would be giving you Sister of the Year award for me not sitting in an 8x10.
So yeah, I laid it out. You're the first one to hear about this.
Thank you so much for being so transparent. The other, I guess, controversy that, kind of floats around you is the fact that, you do have this incredible marriage that we got to see on camera.
We're not divorced. 25 years, one husband, 3 kids, not divorced.
That didn't come out of thin air. What happened? Did we have they said that Deco pursued a possible separation, and then that's what, the media decided to roll with. That's all we got to know, and nobody gets to hear your side.
Sure. 26 years ago. I was very young. He was very young. First year, we weren't, it was good, and then it wasn't good, it was good. So we kind of separated, but divorced never. And never divorced. We got back together a month later or something because it was really ridiculous. Divorce was never in the picture. We never got a divorce, but they made it seem like it was a divorce, and they had gone to the archives to dig that in. Those papers don't even exist anymore. They don't even exist anymore. But they're so desperate for fame that they would do anything. Imagine putting out my pictures of my nose job. The only person that had pictures of was him. And they're selling those too. It's ridiculous.
for future housewives that are coming up in the new seasons, if any of them did ask you for advice, I guess so to say.
Good luck.
Is that it? Just good luck?
What do you want me to say?
You're like, good luck, don't drink, and put your recorder on.
Well, okay, or you're desperate, or you want a divorce, or think about like, what do you want me to say? Good luck, because
it has to be pretty tough on your marriage, your family, your home life.
I never knew. When I started getting really busy, like, you have to go here, you have to go there, you have to do this, you have to do that. I mean, my emails were like blowing up. So I really automatically, I was busy.
Yeah.
And you kind of like need a whole entourage to take care of you with the dresses, the just putting things together, and
dresses, glam, locations.
Glam is already freaking 3 hours or 4 hours. Jesus Christ. When someone says you look good, I'm like, it took 10 hours, honey. I didn't just wake up like this.
You just walk out with your big diamond necklace and you're like, no glam today.
With a bikini, right? My hair pulled up with a hat and sunglasses.
These relationships are so trying on all of you ladies, all of your lives. Like we're getting personal, we're diving deep in, we're getting secrets, nitty gritty. It's dirty. We're getting dirty.
Didn't see things about me. That's the thing. You guys did not see the things about me. And with me, I didn't put it out there because I was in shock going through what I went through with like expanders and stuff. And my dress is, my meat sticking out here. And if you notice, it's like a rock. Don't sit there and say that it was, breast implants when you don't know the story. When you do know, but you're not, well, educate yourself actually if you want to know.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep you all night. I really appreciate you just, giving us your time. I have one last question for you before we let you go.
Of course.
What would we have seen different from you?
Me.
Yeah?
Me.
You're just in general, M-E.
M-E, because like I said, don't mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. I'll have the last word. I don't like liars. I don't like people that are, squirmy. I say it as it is. You either like me or you don't like me. That's your choice. You don't like me because you're weak. You like me because you're strong and you want to learn. I'm not saying I know everything, but there's a right and a wrong. So if you're right, I'll agree. If you're wrong, I'll give it to you. So I always have the last word. I'm very strong and opinionated. There's no way around it. I don't know any other way. I wish I did. People would like more. I just get to the point. I'm not political at all.
You're like,
that's why you guys would have seen the real Peggy. That's what I kind of feel bad about not giving to you guys. And everybody to watch who I am and why I was chosen, because when I was chosen, I didn't have my surgery yet. I was chosen because who I was. That's why they chose me. So I had my surgery right after that. And then I became completely in shock, on meds, in pain, just trying to survive above water. I just, it was hard for me. But I'm back and I can't keep my mouth shut. I'm very opinionated and don't mess up so I don't mess you up.
Producers might be knocking on your door before you know it. And especially, right now we need something to shake up the Orange County Housewives. We need a little bit of a mix up. So I'm interested.
What do you think about it?
I think it would be amazing to see you go back and see you kind of shake stuff up. We have Gina, which Gina's super sweet. She's amazing, but she just kind of seems like
she's whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not here. Listen, I'm not a housewife. I'm not holding an orange, but
me, I'll tell you.
Okay, then let's play this right before we sign off with each other.
I don't mind. I don't.
No, I love that. Let's address who we have here then. What are our thoughts about, we have Gina.
Dude, wake up.
Okay.
Wake up. Like, what? You have kids. Spend time with your kids. You want to do the show, but wake up. I mean, don't be scattered all around. Get your shit together.
All right. All right. Next, then we have Bronwyn. Bronwyn, has a whole, I mean, she has a football team. She has a
I would
football
say
team.
Y7. I would say Y7. If you're raising one right, or, it's hard to raise three right, why add the other ones? I don't know. God bless you if you're able to pop up that many and look great like you are. But I feel like it's a little bit out there. I don't think that my kids want to see me making out with somebody else, because it's kind of downgrading. And especially, just if you're going to do it, don't cover your hair over it. Just do it so people can see, because that's what you're doing it for. So don't do it. Obviously, she wants to do it, so don't cover your hair. That's a little bit too excessive. I mean, that's kind of like, come on, that's trashy. That's trashy. Like, you know what?
Right.
That's not, if that's real life, then, that's real life. I don't know what kind of life you live. I mean, if you like things like that.
We have the excited new housewife of Orange County who every once in a while likes a nice bisexual encounter on her anniversary. That's it. Happy anniversary.
Thank God Dico doesn't ask for things.
You're gonna get a letter in the mail. It's gonna be like, happy anniversary. So
Right? On my 26th.
we have Emily. Do we have to talk about Emily?
I like her.
Okay, Emily's a sweetheart.
I've met her. I really like her. She's got her, she's got her act together. She's really bubbly. She's really cute. Her personality is really cute. I really, really like her.
Okay, what about the husband?
Actually, the husband bought wheels from us. He's very quiet. He's a quiet guy. I've never met him. He spoke to Tito. He bought some Giovanna's recently. I've never met him. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fair. Of course, we have Shannon.
Sorry, something was in my throat. What?
She's had a divorce, and I know that you kind of had your exchange across the table with her when you were on the season.
She would have kept her husband. He wouldn't have left. What?
Oh, that was harsh.
You know what?
A little bit of a shakeup in the.
Wait. Why is that harsh? Why is that harsh? If I don't keep my man happy, he's gonna go outside. His eyes are gonna be outside, right? If your boyfriend doesn't keep you happy, where's your eye gonna be?
The mall, vodka.
And then,
right.
But if he keeps you happy, what are you gonna do? Come home all the time, knock on that door and say, who's waiting for me at the end of the road? I feel bad. He cheated on her, but
no, she's happy now. She has a new guy. She's happy.
But you know what? It ruins a family. There's two things that ruin a family: divorce and cancer. Those are the two things that ruin a family. So I feel bad. It's not the adults; it's the children that have to sacrifice, and it's not fair for them because of the way the adults react, and they don't get along, and it's not fair for the children, no matter what.
It's fair that you say that because it is Shannon's daughter who, coming straight out of high school, she's the one who's writing her first kind of adult thing is writing a book about being a product of divorced parents.
That's a therapy for her. That's the thing. And this is what you guys have to see all the time. And then the parents bickering and fighting, or even if you think you're doing it behind closed doors, you have that animosity towards each other. I mean, marriage is not easy. Let me get that straight. But I'm just saying, whatever you're going to do it behind closed doors, and like find a language that you guys are going to get along with. And it's not just a one-way highway. It's both ways. So, and you guys can't fight about little things. So, and the lady always has to be kind of like, I always say, a woman always makes or breaks a house. Men are the same shit. I don't give a shit what you say. They're all the same shit. They all, every man is different, but a wife is supposed to be the one holding the house together.
She's the heart of the home.
Exactly. So when a wife doesn't do that, a man doesn't know how to do that. So really, it's up to the wife. Even if he's upset, you're not going to say, oh, he's always upset with me. He always comes with an attitude. Hey, Dico comes home, really stressed and stuff like that. His ritual thing is, I had a bad day. I'm like, even if I'm fake, hi, honey, how are you? Because I laugh at him because I know, and I tease him about it. And after 25 years, we could laugh about it. But, it took a long time because I'm like, this guy is stressed. He goes to work. he's on call 24/7 with these people. He's micromanaging. Somebody on the other end has to understand all these things. Somebody has to understand. So when he comes home with really stressed out, and if I say, what, you came home, you're not even doing this, or you throw the trash out, what do you think's going to happen? There's going to be a fight going on.
Yeah.
And a woman has to be smart to be able to keep a family and a household.
Do you feel like there's anything that we missed?
I think you hit the right spots.
I think we hit the nail on the head.
And you're the first, and you're, I think, an exclusive interview.
Oh, I like that.
Interview. I haven't really laid none of this out.
I appreciate
you brought it up because you brought it up, and I answered you. If people don't bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up.
See, if and I appreciate that. I know that you normally don't drink while you're filming, but if you ever start drinking again, I'll get you happy hour on me just for that.
Yes, let's do it.
I'll have to come all the way down from LA to Orange County. I'll do that.
You know what? Hit me up. Is that, wait a minute. Was that an idiom, or was that like a thing?
We've had a lot of idioms during this.
Was that slang? Hit me up.
You're getting better. You're getting better.
I do that all the time. Well,
That's
it was
amazing.
a pleasure talking to you. I'm glad we connected.
Thank you so much, Peggy. You've been amazing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.